Hey y'all. So I wanted to come on and talk about the Neverfull. I recently saw a video. I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos just because I found that I've been really bored lately since we've been on lockdown. I typically would be, spending my time and my money on travel, but we haven't been able to do that, and it really has hurt my soul. Um, traveling is Traveling feeds my soul. It helps me reset. It helps me refresh. It's something that's important for my mental health. And so we haven't been able to do that lately, and it's been tough. So I've spent a lot more time than I normally would on my phone and watching TV. And so I've been sucked into the vortex of Louis Vuitton YouTube videos. And I don't know how I came upon this one, but I came upon one where a woman was saying that the Louis Vuitton Neverfull is not classy. And so I don't know how you define classy, but you probably should define that for yourself. The Neverfull is the quintessential Louis Vuitton bag. It's classy, in my opinion. It's very stylish. It's very functional. It's very practical, and I love it. The Louis Vuitton Neverfull was my first Louis Vuitton bag. So it wasn't this one. I actually bought the PM, and this is now the MM. But I'm 42 years old now. I wanted a Louis Vuitton since I was in my 20s. I didn't end up getting one until I was in my 30s, just because of cost and having to prioritize other things, being a single mom. But I always had that, desire in my heart to have a Louis Vuitton, and I always wanted a Neverfull. And some people may say it's basic because so many people have it, but so many people have it because it's just a great bag. And I think that if you love it, that's all that matters. Don't look for a YouTuber or anyone else in your life to validate, your choices or your preferences. They're yours. And if you enjoy looking at and carrying a bag, again, that's all that really matters. I love this bag. I can't say enough about how much I love this bag. I bought this one directly from the boutique after selling. I'm not sure if I sold mine first and then bought this one or if it overlapped, but I bought this one from the boutique, and I had the PM in the exact same print and interior color. And then I recently bought the GM for, I think this one is more for everyday use, and the GM is probably going to be better for travel. I recently traveled with this one, and I put a lot of stuff in it, and it was really heavy. It kind of kept digging into my arm. And I thought, man, if I need to use something for travel, I probably need something just a little bit bigger. This is probably more for every day. So I ordered the GM from Fashion File. I'm waiting for it to come. I'm holding my breath. Whenever you buy something secondhand, it's always a little bit of a risk. I always have a little bit of an anxiety. And I used to be a bit of a snob and say I would never buy, used. But well, lately it's been tougher to find things with Louis Vuitton. And so if you want it, you kind of might have to look on the pre-loved market. So again, I ordered a GM. It's in Damier and Bean. And I've had one good experience with Fashion File already, so I'm hoping that this will be another good experience. But I just wanted to come on and say, there's nothing wrong with the Neverfull in any size. The PM, I only sold it because it was too small. You couldn't put it over your shoulder. So you couldn't do this. You could only kind of put it in the crook of your arm or hang it on your arm like that. And I wanted to be able to sling it over my shoulder. So it was small, it was cute, and I had it for 5 years, I guess. Loved it, and now it's, got a new home and someone else is loving it. So I just want to include a quick little tour of my Neverfull MM. I think this is a pretty well-known bag, so I'm not sure how much of it I can say that's new. There's a lot of content out there already, but mine is in the classic and classy monogram print with the fuchsia interior. As I said, it looks exactly the way my PM looked. Same print, same interior, just one size up. I did get mine heat stamped with my initials, which I would not recommend. And the reason I wouldn't recommend that is because it may hurt your opportunity to resell it if that's something you are thinking about. The other thing is, if you get it heat stamped, you cannot return it. You don't have the 15 or the 30 days. You simply own it as soon as you heat stamp it. So if you are ever in a boutique and you are buying your first ever Louis Vuitton and they offer you to heat stamp it, I would say don't do it, or at least don't do it right away. Wait, make sure you love it, make sure it's everything you want it to be, because again, once you heat stamp it, you can't return it. So, and you can always take an item back to be heat stamped at a later date. So let's take a little look inside. In my PM, I did not get the insert, but for my MM I did, and I'm glad I did, because as you can see, if I didn't, it would just be a big old hole with everything thrown in it. So it's nice to look in here and see that everything is organized and in its place. And I just know what I need to grab, and I can grab it right away. And the color, of course, makes it really easy to find everything that I need, and all these compartments, which are great. I got this insert on Amazon. It couldn't have been any more than probably $20 or $30. I've got all kinds of goodies in here, things that I carry on a regular basis. I will start to pull some of them out just to show you what kind of fits. So I've heard people refer to this tote as a workhorse, and they are not lying. I've got my zippy wallet, which is pretty big. I've got the smallest cosmetic pouch. Oop. I've got the key holder. That strap is in the way. Sorry about that. I have the pouch that it comes with. Let's see if I can get a good picture. Pretty big. I've got a lotion, some Ray-Ban sunglasses, or sunglass case. And there are glasses in there. I've got the Louis Vuitton sunglass case. I forget what this is actually called. And I still have some little other odds and ends. I keep my gift cards in this little pouch. And I think I have some masks. And there's still other compartments that I don't use. And the nice thing about putting an insert in, if it appeals to you, is that it keeps your tote clean. My PM tote, it didn't have any stains at the bottom, but it had some scuffs, it had some dust, and some things that I just couldn't get out when I sold it. It was not pristine, but you know, with the insert, I think that I can keep this one much cleaner, so that's nice. But this is what it looks like without the insert. You know, I said earlier it was a big black hole. I mean, the good thing is that the interior of this tote is colored, so it makes it a little easier to find your items. But if I just threw them all in there, this is what it would look like. And because they're in, like, it's kind of compartmentalized, it wouldn't be hard to find things. I'd actually probably put my lotion in the cosmetic pouch. So it's still okay. And that's what it looks like without the insert in it. It actually kind of has an impression from the insert, which I don't know if I'm loving that. But yeah, with no insert, it still has a little bit of structure. But I think if I carried it over time, it would get kind of slouchy, which is also a cute look. So I know there's lots of videos about the Neverfull, but I still wanted to, you know, I guess that woman saying that it wasn't classy just prompted me to say, hold up, it's classy if you think it's classy for you. And this is a great tote. Don't let anybody tell you differently. I love this tote. It was my first love, my first purchase with Louis Vuitton, and you know, we always have a special connection with our first. I love this second one, and as I mentioned, I've also ordered the GM for travel, and I'm sure that I'll love that one as well. And perhaps I'll do a video on that one too. I hate to jump out here and do videos on something has, you know, so many people have done videos on. There's just so much content. It's almost like, do you have anything new to say, new to add? But I guess everybody's voice counts, so I don't know. But there you have it. There's mine. I love it. If you want one, get one. And that's that. Love it and enjoy it. All right. So shortly after I filmed the other part of this video, my Neverfull GM arrived from Fashion File. So I thought I'd throw in a little visual of that real quick. You know, it's secondhand, and I used to feel like, you know, I could not buy secondhand. But it was quite a few, several $100s less than retail. And it's in pretty decent condition. I have a love-hate relationship with pre-loved items because I'm kind of picky, and I'm kind of a stickler about my items. I really take good care of my stuff. And so getting something that's already kind of been used and worn and maybe even a little beat up, or maybe someone didn't take care of it the way you would take care of your items, it can be kind of tough. This one is in pretty good condition. There are certainly flaws, that for instance. And there are some, looks like some transfer on the outside, and there's some stains on the inside, but it's tough to find these with the pouch included. A lot of times either people keep the pouch or they previously sold it to someone else or whatever. It's just hard to find the bag and the pouch together. And like I said, it was several $100s less than a brand new one. So with that, you're going to pay a little less, but maybe get a couple of flaws. So I'm gonna, you know, just inspect her a little more and then decide if I want to keep it or send it back. I likely will keep it, just because I think it's in pretty decent condition, and I just want it for travel. So as long as I don't see anything too crazy, I think it's fine. But anyway, I wanted to show, and I did want to show what they look like next to each other. Obviously that one is quite a bit bigger and slouchier. I might end up getting an insert, but hopefully that's a good comparison there.